started preaching there. Things were going well. It was a marvelous experience. And then one day, it was a year later, a lady by the name of Rosa Parks decided that she wasn't going to take it any longer. And she stayed on the bus seat. You may not remember now because it's way back now, several years ago, but it was the beginning of a movement. 50,000 black men and women refused absolutely to ride the city buses. And we walked together for 381 days. That's when we got to learning to know. Negroes had to learn to stick together. And we stuck together. And immediately, the telephone started to ring. And on the other end was an ugly voice. That voice said to me in substance, "Nigger, we're tired of you and your mess now. And if you're not out of this town in 3 days, we're gonna blow your brains out and blow up your house." So I found out that night that religion had to become real, and I had to know God for myself. And at that very moment I heard an inner voice say to me, "Martin Luther, stand up for justice. Stand up for truth. Stand up for righteousness, and lo, I will be with you even until the end of the days." I tell you, I saw the lightning flash, and I heard the thunder roll, and I felt sin breakers dashing, trying to conquer my soul. But I heard the voice of Jesus saying, "Still to fight on." He promised never to leave me. He promised never to leave me. No, not ever to leave me. He promised never to leave me. No, not ever to leave me. Sometimes I feel discouraged. I don't mind telling you about it this morning, but sometimes I feel discouraged. When I was in Chicago, I felt discouraged. Moving from Mississippi and Alabama and Georgia, I feel discouraged sometimes. Oh, yes, I feel discouraged. In Chicago, when we marched through that narrow street, and we marched about 4,000 or 5,000 people that day, but they were intrigued. It was the most serious. I guess we marched about 5 miles, didn't we? But they had at least 10,000 whites assembled on us. And there must have been about 4,000 policemen trying to protect us. But every minute almost, somebody's nose would get broken. You just everywhere you turn. And the policemen were going ahead, and they were finding people in the trees. They'd hold up, come out of the tree. Now they were in these trees to shoot at anything. I wouldn't say that I was so afraid as that I had yielded to the real possibility of the inevitability of death. I mean, I concluded.
I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. And there are some of those who are asking the devotees of civil rights, when will you be satisfied? We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro's basic mobility is from a smaller ghetto to a larger one. We can never be satisfied as long as a Negro in Mississippi cannot vote and a Negro in New York has nothing for which to vote for. No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied till justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. So go back to Mississippi, go back to Alabama, go back to North Carolina, go back to Georgia, go back to Louisiana, go back to the slums and the ghettos of the northern cities, knowing that this situation can and will be changed. But let us not wallow in the valley of despair. For I say to you today, my friends, even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. I have a dream that is deeply rooted in the American dream, that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream. And I have a dream that one day the state of Alabama, with its vicious racism, having its governor's lips dripping with the words of imposition and nullification. Right there down in Alabama, little black boys and little black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and little white girls and walk as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. Then we got into Memphis, and some began to see the threats, or to talk about the threats that were out. What would happen to me from some of our sick white friends? Well, I don't know what'll happen now. So got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody else, I would like to live a long life. But longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned with that now. Well, I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over. And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I fear no man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.